This week's update patch notes are already available, at least for Korea, but we can assume we are going to get the same update, okay? And this day looks quite strong for Fury. Let me show you why. Basically no one is using Dark Apostasy. Why? Because the benefit we get from using it is not good, basically. Let me switch this, okay? So now I have Dark Apostasy, and these are the 3 skills we get, right? We get Corrupted Obliteration, we get Obliteration Swamp, and we get Slothful Cage, okay? No one is basically using these skills. They are not good, okay? The damage is not that strong, okay? However, something is changing. Okay, these skills are not good as DPS, but they are getting some benefit now. All of them are getting some bonus related to either damage reduction or to reducing shield block chance. So basically, if you use these skills, you are becoming kind of an anti-tank. And this is quite interesting because remember that Fury, a full bonus damage Fury, was already good enough against tanks. And now it's getting even better, okay? Because look at this, the debuff is quite strong. I mean, we are getting down to 200 damage reduction here, and this is going to be a 120% less shield block chance, and this is going to be 200 bonus damage, 200 damage reduction as well. So the debuff is quite strong. I assume you could stack these 2 events, so it's 400 damage reduction. I think it's going to be significant, okay? Notice that now we have highest bonus damage as well, because we get to, I don't remember right now, as a Fury, as a Scorpion, you could get to almost 800 bonus damage if you maximize everything. As a Fury, probably you are sitting around 600 more or less if you maximize everything except the weapon scenery, more or less like that. So we get to high number of bonus damage, and we are reducing a lot of damage reduction. So this is quite good, okay? Notice that these effects are only used for against tanks. Maybe to a little degree against some breezers, some healers that build some damage reduction, okay? But if you are targeting another DPS players, they don't have a damage reduction. So it will be irrelevant, because if I recall correctly, you cannot have negative damage reduction. The maximum you can have is 0. In fact, in game, you see this. If you look at the bonus damage, it says that bonus damage increased damage applies to damage with on-hit effects, and damage reduction only applies to damage with on-hit effects. I think this cannot be negative, okay? It's like endurance. We cannot have negative endurance when we use, for example, Thunderclouds. It was a bug back then, but that was fixed, okay? Back in tier 1, many sources of Thunderclouds could stack, and you will get like minus 3000 endurance. That's no longer possible, okay? So I think this is going to be quite an interesting angle for Fury, because as I show you in one of my latest videos, I have been playing as a support Fury, okay? As a support Fury, I was using this skill bar, okay? Or maybe switching collision shot for wing snatcher, but most likely this skill bar, right? Now I could play as a support, but more offensive, okay? I will need to readapt the skill bars. But instead of, for example, focusing into anti-shield, I could focus into anti-damage reduction, use the corrupted obliteration, the obliterating swarm, and the slowful cage to reduce the damage reduction of my opponents, so that even if I'm not a main DPS, the rest of my team can leverage that and we could kill tanks faster. Okay? So it's good because it provides more versatility. We cannot have it all, but we could have different tools. You can build a support focusing into tanks, a support focusing into oracles and other shields, etc. Or you can build just a full DPS. So Fury is proving on once again why it is probably the most versatile class in the game, and that's why I really like to play this class, because you can play something different every day basically. So this is it. The rest of the patch notes are not relevant for the content of this video, so let's just wait for tomorrow proper translation from the global release. But at least we know that on Thursday there will be a different way of playing Fury. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.